Hi, I am Shalraj and today I am going to share something very important with you all. Something that will take you one step closer to becoming an informed investor. I come across this question very often from most of our investors. When should I sell my stock? Investment तो कर लिया है, अभी बेचूं कभी? Before I answer this question, let me first tell you the three worst reasons to sell a stock. Reason number one, because the stock went up. It is undoubtedly challenging for investors to hold on to stocks when the stock is skyrocketing. It's moving in the upward direction. People want to just go ahead and book profits. This is a human tendency and it's more to do with emotions. From our perspective, we strongly believe that if the fundamentals of the company are still intact, if the stock has still potential to grow further, stay invested, do not exit. So according to us, there are only two reasons where you can exit in such a scenario. First one being, the company is overvalued. Second, there's a deterioration in terms of fundamentals. If we go back in history, there are companies which have delivered 50 times, 100 times, 500 times and sometimes 1000 times the returns. To give you examples, it's Wipro, Infosys, Maruti, Page Industries. These companies have given wonderful returns to investors who have stayed invested. So there are investors who have probably stayed for just a bit, probably 50%, 100% gains, and they have secured it by exiting. But the investors who remained invested have created fortunes for themselves. Now, coming to reason number two, because the stock is correcting. Rather than looking at market corrections as an opportunity, most investors feel that it's time to abandon the sinking ship. If you feel your research is robust and exhaustive, then there is no reason to panic. Let me tell you with an example. Say you have a company A. Now this company is at least valued at rupees 100 as per your research. If the stock corrects to even rupees 50, there is no reason to worry, provided the fundamentals are still intact. So if I would want to sum it up, I could probably tell you that if the fundamentals are intact, then for every correction, one can look at it as a buying opportunity. Let me give you an example of the L&T stock. In the month of May, it reached its 52-week high of about 1600. Now, after a few months of weak market sentiments, it's corrected to around 1300. So that's a correction of approximately 20 to 22%. Now I'll let you answer this. Do you think this is the right time to exit this stock, considering its fundamentals are still intact? No. Worst reason to sell a stock, reason number three, because the business is facing temporary headwinds. What are these headwinds? Headwinds can be anything like exit of a top level person from the management or a temporary slowdown. What happens in such cases? Most investors feel that since there is a headwind for this business or this sector, it's time to exit completely and save whatever money is left. Stock markets rise on account of good news and vice versa. As a long-term investor, one should be able to identify what news will have a long-term impact and what are just temporary hiccups. Having discussed the top three worst reasons to sell a stock, let me come back to the question at the beginning of the video. When should I sell a stock? What are the good reasons to sell a stock? It is an individual call in my perspective. But to make it simple for you, I have broadly categorized them into three categories. First, if there is a negative impact or a negative change in the fundamental, causing the investment thesis to go bust. Second, if there is an emergency need of money. And third, is if you found a better, more lucrative opportunity for investment. To sum it up, one should not sell a stock only basis its stock price movement. I hope this video has been helpful to move you closer to becoming an informed investor, and you will think twice before hitting that sell button and make an informed choice.